If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Who's ready to have their day ruined? Raise your hand. I should just change my channel name, I think, to Ruining Your Day, ? Or ready to have your day ruined. I know that these stories, this stuff that keeps coming out is stuff that really makes people mad and agitated. Obviously, it drives me up a wall, but this was passed along to me from a subscriber by the name of Gwen. And as I always say, I'd like to thank everybody who passes these things along. I greatly appreciate it because I don't see everything. I try my best to find stories pertaining to New World Order agendas, and then, on the side, I'm working on, content, exposing a lot of these cover-ups, these satanic ritual cover-ups like McMartin, and there's things that I'm working on in the future with Jonestown and other CIA operations. But I like to say thank you to the people that pass this along, but I'm not sure because they might end up giving me a heart attack one day. This is just... What words can we even use to describe any of this stuff anymore, this gender insanity? But it has to be passed along because this is just stuff that's so abnormal and so sick. It's child abuse. Parents, this is according to the New York Post. Parent battles to have baby's gender listed you for unknown. Are you kidding me? This parent should be committed, locked up, and put in a straitjacket. Let's see, the baby's born. Okay, is there a penis or a vagina? Which one is it? Because it's got to have one of the two, or it's going to have a real tough time going to the bathroom. Does it got one or does it got the other? Oh, well, we're going to list it as you for unknown. And this is going to end up happening. They're already doing, letting people on their license in Oregon and some other states determine their sex on their license and change it and all this stuff and change it on their birth certificates. Now parents, and this will become the norm, right? The parents will have the choice to decide when the child's born. The child doesn't have the choice. The parents will. And put them as unknown. So then these morons will raise their kids and they'll say, listen, daddy is a, for the fact of the matter is, the people who do this, I guess the dad's really a mom and the mom's really a dad, but let's hypothetically say that the dad is actually a male or the mom's actually a female. And they'll trick them and say, well, you could be like daddy or you could be like mommy. What do you want to be? And just say that the young girl spends more time with her father or is closer to her father or, is inspired by her father. And she goes, I want to be like daddy. Great, then you're a man. Huh? That's how it's going to go. A parent who identifies as a non-binary trans person is campaigning for their baby to be issued the world's first gender unknown birth certificate. Canadian Corey Dottie, fellow Canadian. Oh, I'm not Canadian, but I know a lot of YouTubers who are Canadian. What is going on up there with the bestiality, with these laws that they're passing where the government could take people's kids away if the parents don't allow them to pick their gender? Absolutely insane. And this is spreading to America. But for those of you who think that America is going insane, don't forget about Canada up there. Boy, Canadian Corey Dottie, who has a mustache. Hold on. I didn't hear this before. I must have read over this. Canadian Corey Dottie, who has a mustache and claims to be neither male or female, has been fighting to keep Cyril, her daughter's name is Cyril Attili's gender off of government records since giving birth last November. Well, Corey, I've met a few women in my day. Never dated any, never been obviously attracted. But I think I've seen some girls in my day who have had mustaches. Weren't the best looking girls in the group, but boy, all right, so it's saying here that this man has a mustache, refers to itself as a they. Let me see if I can pull up a photograph of Dottie here. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh! I'm gonna need a minute. Hang on. Excuse me. Okay. All right, let's try to continue on. Corey has already had a daughter here. So she's clearly a woman because a woman can only give birth. Should we just identify it that way, right? Women can give birth, men can't. This person gave birth to a child. So it's a woman with a mustache. You don't have to become, tell yourself you're a man just because you have a mustache. Like I said, there's some women out there who do have mustaches. Someone probably should tap them on the shoulder and point it out, but maybe we could just send this woman a Bic razor and maybe she can get over this and figure out she's really a woman. Maybe that's what's confused her. I don't know. But Dottie, who prefers to be referred as they rather than he or she. Okay, so that makes sense. She wants to be referred as they instead of he or she. They would be more than one. So apparently Dottie believes she's more than one person. I don't know what mental institutions are in her local town up there in Canada. But please, can somebody maybe just put their arm around her and say, listen, you got to check yourself in here, okay? We'll hand you a Bible. We'll lock you in a room for 3 months. We'll put you in a straitjacket for most of the time. We'll feed you. We'll take care of you. Let's get the demon out of you. Let's shake the common sense back in, and let's kick you in the rear end and get you back into society as a normal person. These people need to be rehabilitated. So she claims to be a they. She said that she's raising Cereal. I think the name's Cereal. It's like Sears with a YL. So let's call her Cereal, which is a great name for a kid. Raising Cereal in such a way that until they have the sense of self and command of vocabulary to tell her who they are, I'm recognizing them as a baby and trying to give them all the love and support to be the most whole person that they can be outside of the restrictions that come with the boy box and the girl box. I mean, this is insanity. It's insanity. We're not even talking about people being gay and which sex they're attracted to, which is a perversion, which I go over all the time. We're talking about a kid. All right, you got a penis, you're a boy. Maybe the boy likes to do interior design, right? Maybe the girl wants to play football, weirdly enough, right? How does that make the girl a boy and the boy a girl? You can't pick, for crying out loud. Unbelievable. Dottie is trying to get British Columbia to issue the child with a birth certificate which does not have a gender marker. But while the Canadian province has sent the baby its health card with an undetermined gender. So the baby has a health card that says undetermined. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Does that not show you British Columbia is in on it, right? All these countries, these governments are in on this. Of course, at first they're going to give pushback. So they're refusing at this moment to give the certificate with the U on it. But they're giving her the health card with undetermined gender on it. So of course they're going to get around to doing it. They're testing the waters. Like I always say, they can't go through with this stuff until they get this information out. And then they test and see how people react to the insanity. And the problem is that the people who hear this insanity go, good for them. That's wonderful. They're just a loving household. They'd say a person like me who is loving. I love and care about everybody. I really do. Even though I sound like this, I mean, I'm angry with all the stuff that's going on. But they'd say I'm a bigot and a hateful person. This person's a good parent. This is an irresponsible parent who is abusing the child because the child doesn't have a clue. So as soon as the child talks, Dottie is claiming, well, whatever. As soon as she gets her vocabulary, whatever she says. So Dottie could be 3 years old, sitting in front of the TV. The dad could put football on. It could be a little girl. And she could go, I like football. Oh, she's a boy. Or she can go, I want to be like that. Oh, I guess she's a boy. I mean, what insanity is this? It's insane. It is insane. And while another Canadian province, Ontario, says it's reviewing its policies to include a third non-binary gender option, critics claim that could make children a target for bullies or discrimination. Aww. Blame it on the parents. The parents should be the ones who get bullied. I'll bully these parents. The British Columbia Human Rights Tribunal is helping Dottie fight to get all government documents to accommodate non-gendered people. This is the government participating in helping. The Human Rights Tribunal helping her accommodate non-gender people. Dottie gave birth to a child. Should I write a book? Dottie, you have a vagina. You gave birth to a child. You're a woman. You might be a mentally challenged freak, but you're a woman. Dottie said, when I was born, doctors looked at my genitals and made assumption about who I would be. And those assignments followed me and followed my identification throughout my life. Those assumptions were incorrect. And I ended up having to do a lot of adjustments since then. Oh, screw you, Dottie. I'm sick of hearing this nonsense. Oh, poor Dottie. She was born with a vagina. And how dare the doctors look at her vagina and go, she's a woman because she has a vagina. She's a victim, folks. Dottie's a victim because those assignments followed her throughout her life. Oh, poor Dottie. This is the world that we live in, folks. I mean, what else can be said? What else can be said? So, are you ready for you on birth certificates? Gender unknown, unidentified, waiting for the child to grow up to pick what it wants to be. And nobody thinks this is insane. I get so many messages from people. You're an awful human being. This is so hateful. Do you have common sense? You just want to slap these people in the face. You have a brain in your head. A boy has a penis. A girl has a vagina. That's the end of the story. That's how the story goes. There's no ... It's an exclamation point. And anyone who argues against it needs to be committed. Unbelievable, folks. These children are the ones who are the victims. Okay, this is child abuse. The child's going to grow up confused because the parents are going to go, I don't know what you are. Oh, okay. They're going to have a gender, you know what I mean? Gender neutral bedroom, well, do you want to go here? Hey, Doug, do you want to go play hockey with the boys or here? Do you want to play with a Barbie doll? Does hockey involve moving around? Yeah, I guess I'd rather just sit here and play. Doug's a girl, folks. Let's get her a wig and some lipstick. The world has lost its mind. Has anyone seen the movie The Rocketeer? Remember that? I remember that when I was a kid. The Rocketeer, some Disney bomb, satanic Disney. Can somebody just put the Rocketeer jetpack on my back, turn it on, okay, and just fly me into the sky so I could just vanish off the face of the earth? Absolutely insane. This stuff's going to continue on, folks. Remember, the victims here are the children, and the parents are the ones doing the abuse. Sickening how people can't see it. I thank you for listening. I thank you for listening to today's show. I hope I didn't give anybody a heart attack. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. God bless you all and your families.